Day 7. Now it's actually day 7. I think I said day 7 last time, and that wasn't actually day 7. But now we're at day 7. It's been like 3 or 4 days, or 5. I don't know. Time's been flying by. But definitely, I feel like the work that I was putting in earlier has been reaping its reward now. So that's something that I think is super interesting. I feel like on our process of growth, oftentimes the habits that we instill now may not actually reap its benefits for months to come, and it's kind of hard to tell. So I feel like deleting Instagram, especially that habit, did not reap benefits until now. Now I'm seeing the benefits of like being present, being way less on my phone. That idea of like disconnecting from like this fake connection with people, really understanding how alone we are in this world. Those benefits really only came so much later. And another one, the book club. So I want to talk about the book that we just finished called The Siddhartha. I think my perception lens has been shifted a tiny little bit. I've been, and I'm able to, kind of just like realign it a little bit into what I kind of think I want for the future. So that was a great book. I think, I should and will come back to that again and again, at least every like 5-6 years, however long I live. I definitely should come back to that book because I think there's a lot of knowledge in there that definitely went over my head because I'm still really young. But one thing, some of the main things I got from that is talking, right? What is the point of talking? And I think this is why I didn't really feel confident with where my podcast was going originally. I was having these conversations with people and it was cool, but one thing that just kept nagging the back of my mind is like, why? Like, why does it matter that what you have to say is actually recorded and heard? And there's no actual answer to that. It doesn't matter. What I have to say doesn't matter. Like, my word means nothing, even if I accomplish a bunch, like let's say my word itself doesn't mean much, right? What I mean by that is like, I don't really know what it means to be happy in life, what it means to accomplish or be successful. I don't know anything about life, and neither do 90, but I don't know if it's all people don't know anything or if there's like 1 or 2 or 5 people that do. I'm not sure about that yet, but all I know is I don't know. So what I have to say means nothing. But what this journal thing has become now is just a one-on-one conversation with myself, right? And I think that in turn is something that's much more beneficial because I don't need to explain the wisdom that I get from certain things. And I think the book explained that really well. It was talking about how you cannot teach wisdom. You cannot say wisdom. So for example, I didn't drink for a year. When people talk to me about that, it's like, I cannot explain to you the benefits I got from that. I can't explain to you the benefits of me sleeping on the ground. I just know that what they are, like my words cannot explain to you the benefits of it. Like, I cannot pass that wisdom down. It's just mine now, and I think that is something that, like me shifting that into, not trying to be this teacher mode as if like I have anything to teach. I have nothing. I am just a student at all times, it's like, just keep learning. You don't need to tell others, but in that process of learning, I think other people, I don't know what the purpose of most things are, I just think like I meet so many people who are constantly on this like, I know things, I should like teach people them. I know things, and I feel like that's how I've just been taught, like Christianity, just religion in general. For an example, it's like, okay, if you feel like you figured out the world, you don't just sit there and know it. You go and spread it. Eventually to the point where you kill people if they don't believe what you believe in, and it's kind of like we're taught to like, if you think you know something, teach people it, go tell people. And I feel like that doesn't really work when there's no answer. So that's what they're saying. They're saying there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. You can teach knowledge. So like, I can tell you how far the sun is from here and you can learn that, but I can't teach you wisdom, right? And I think that's very true. So one of the main things that they were talking about is how with wisdom, when it comes to wisdom, you kind of just have to experience it. There's no words. Like, words are very limiting in itself, right? Like, the word itself means nothing. Water means nothing. The connection my brain makes with the word water to the object water, that object means something. So like, life really just comes down to objects, and our mind like trying to classify them using these words. And if we don't have enough words to classify them, then we don't do it, you know? But if you try to like silence that part of the mind where it's like, you know, it goes through, look, you know, you see something, it goes through words, then it hits the mind. You're, by just that process, you're like limiting what you're really perceiving. So it's like, fuck words, just perceive the thing itself. And I think that's true with human beings. You know, on a quick tangent, I think like, even when I think about myself, it's like I don't like being labeled, right? Because I think labels are just minimizing in themselves. Like if you say Democrat, Republican, whatever, like you're a male, you're straight, you're gay, any term minimizes you to what you can potentially be, right? Like I could maybe be any of those terms today and tomorrow just not. Like I want to have the freedom to do that. I don't want to be like tied down to one of those ideologies or any terms, you know? But in the same way, I would say that these words, the way we perceive things, also are limiting. And I think that the way to go around that is purely just observe it. Just see what things are. Don't try to understand what they are. Like speak to yourself. Use your words to churn through those, you know, those observations and experiences. Just purely observe it. And I think that's something, you know, this book kind of really made clear to me. So the big things I got from it is, one, chill with the words. Don't try to describe and explain everything. Just enjoy and receive and learn. And two, just, you don't need to talk. You don't need to tell people. You don't need to constantly talk to other people. You know, even talking, like sometimes just be silent. Like I'm okay with that. Okay, so in that case, I want to be a great listener. So I think like if I'm going to take a more quiet approach towards life, I'm going to have to now learn how to listen, because that's, you're going to have to, you know, to create bonds with people, you're going to either have to talk or listen. So if I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to have to listen, be a much better listener. I think I can improve on that. I think I always have things to say. I think you can just, if you can stop that and be like, okay, the only reason you talk is to justify that you're not stupid. Let's just, you know, I think if you're able to do that, you'll be able to listen much better. I think you just need to stop talking. Honestly, I think that'll help you a lot. So there's some other interesting themes in the Siddhartha. The talking one was the one I think that pertained to where I am in life right now the most. They talked about time, they talked about wealth, they talked about childhood, which goes in time, and how time is infinite. And I feel like those are things that I am not at a point to understand, nor is it applicable to my life. I think the talking thing is what is most directly applicable for me. So moving on from the Siddhartha, and talked a little bit here about being present. Music. So Sanjeev, Ishan, and I got hoi yesterday. It was Halloween. I drank for the first time after more than a year, I would say. Just like tiny bits though. But this is also, you know, talked a little bit about moderation. And Sanjeev said this quote was, moderation in everything, even moderation. You know, where it's like, I think I need to come to an understanding of what I'm going to select and how and to what extent. So I think like the strict no drinking thing, I think like there are benefits to drinking occasionally. I'm not sure. Maybe there might be. So I need to figure that out. But we got really high yesterday and we sat and listened to Travis Scott, and it was literally life changing. Like we just sat there. I was just like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh man, like literally, like when I heard that, like, no, like, man, Travis Scott makes his music hit different. And like we listened to 3 songs, like, and I was just like floored. I was like, wow, like good produced music, like Travis Scott music, like just like well produced, like that just, oh yeah, music is it. Like I want to be a good singer. Honestly, I would love to be good at Carnatic, where someone hears me, they find peace. Like that's my goal. Like I would love to do that. Sing and people are like, life is good. You know, like if you're able to like give someone peace through singing, like that's such a talent, you know. I would love to do that. But yeah, I feel like I had a pretty interesting couple of days. But yeah, keep it nice, short, sweet. That's it. Best of luck. I have an interview tomorrow, by the way, so kill that shit. That's the Stanford one. All right, bye.